Hey, let's take a minute and analyze this for a second, shall we?
Okay, Nick. Let's go ahead and analyze this.
Okay, so let's start at the top. I know a nearly 40-year-old man who cross-dresses and indoctrinates the youth. Oh, she's talking about me.
Wow, I've never seen somebody so proud to read that line off about themselves. You even put a smile on. My God.
First off, 38. Nearly 40 is accurate.
Alright, so, telling the truth. Next.
But I don't have gray. I'm not wrinkling like she is. Just saying.
I'm sorry, but where in that quote did I say that you were gray and wrinkly? Do you hear that cough behind me? That's what you sound like, bro. Anyway, let's keep this going.
He says he identifies as two-spirit.
Notice that he just, completely skipped over the whole indoctrinating the youth part? Yeah, I noticed that too. Anyway.
That's the truth, Bruta. I do identify as two-spirit.
You can't even explain what two-spirit means. You've been asked this a million times. You say that it's about the feminine and the masculine energy. Well, majority of us have that. It's called a personality.
He also uses he, they pronouns. When I'm not in drag, yes. Currently, my pronouns are he, they. Thank you for acknowledging that. We're taking steps forward, yes?
Why, though? Why? And what does that mean? You are one person. You are a male. You are a gay man. Why are you ashamed of that? Why do you have to, give yourself all these other labels to get away from that? Why?
Oh, now we get into the lies. But when he's in drag around children, he demands he be called she, her, and takes it very, very seriously when someone misgenders him. That's simply not true. I mean, come on, let's not lie.
Well, that is true. You even made videos about it. Well, here.
And today, my pronouns are she, they. She, they. Okay, love you. Have a good night. Bye. I've always said that when I'm in drag, my pronouns are she, they. When I'm out of drag, my pronouns are he, they. And truthfully, I don't care if you misgender me.
Yeah, well, the video that I just showed determines that that's a lie. You can't even keep up with your own lie. It's like you forgot that there's physical evidence of you saying these things all over the internet.
I'm a bearded drag queen, for crying out loud. It happens a lot. And I'm okay with that. It doesn't hurt my feelers. It doesn't, but clearly somebody's triggered. Not me.
Bet.
He uses women's washrooms while cross-dressing. Well, that's funny. I don't actually cross-dress. I'm what's called a drag queen. And a bearded drag queen at that. I'm not a transvestite, right? Right?
Well, being a drag queen is a form of cross-dressing. Here's the definition of cross-dressing. And here's the definition of a drag queen. And just for fucking kicks, let's just throw in the definition of a transvestite.
There's a difference. I don't cross-dress. But thank you.
Hardly. At its foundation, it's basically the same thing. One is just considered to be a more exaggerated version of the other. So, yeah. Anyways.
And I also don't use women's washrooms. Never have. Oddly enough. Never have.
Why did you say oddly enough? Is it because it's something that you would do? Because it's something that you've admitted to doing multiple times? You say you don't feel safe going in the men's washroom when you're in drag. So you utilize the female's washroom.
Now we get into something interesting. He also thinks allowing children to not take puberty blockers is child abuse.
I said what I said.
I'm sorry. Bruta, are you a mother?
Oh, you and I both know that I'm not a mother, but I don't have to be a mother to observe these things and to see the damage that is being done. I don't have to be a mother to know right from wrong. There's a lot of mothers out there that aren't good mothers. Use your fucking brain, Nick.
I am not a father.
Yeah, and thank the almighty Lord for that.
Nor are you a mother.
Yeah, heard you the first time there, buddy. Not telling me anything I don't know.
Neither of us should actually have an opinion on that.
You can have an opinion on whatever the fuck you want to have an opinion on, just like I can have an opinion on whatever the fuck I want to have an opinion. Do you have to be a giraffe to have opinions on giraffes? Give me a break, dude. How about I identify as a mother? And if you question that, you're a bigot.
If you do not accept a medical professional's opinion about your child's well-being, well, I mean, that kind of does make it abuse.
You really think that doctors can't be wrong? You really think that doctors aren't getting paid a big amount of money in order to push this shit? There are tons of parents who don't take the medical advice of doctors. They usually get a second or third opinion if they need it. That's not abuse.
Because the only people that can actually prescribe puberty blockers are doctors.
Yeah, Nick, doctors who get paid a lot of money to prescribe these things because they get kickbacks. And you're condoning it. And anybody who doesn't want their child to be sterilized, you're calling them child abusers.
What's your education? Just curious.
It's a little thing called common sense. I'm sure it's a foreign concept to you, though, because common sense isn't really that common when you're a communist.
I firmly believe that parents do not have rights over their children. Well, another lie. I do believe that parents have rights over their children as far as human rights span. Children are still human, yes? Right?
Wait, so then why did you attend the Hands Off Our Kids March last September? But you weren't there to support the parents, you were there to oppose the parents. Why? That march was about parents' rights.
Maybe you don't understand what it's like to come out of the closet to your parents at an early age in a small town.
We live in the same city, remember? The only difference is I've lived here my entire life and you haven't. And I know you don't like to believe it, but that's fine. I don't need your validation. I am bisexual and I did come out to my parents, and this is a small city.
Maybe you don't understand because you're actually not part of the community, despite how much you argue that you are. I'm just saying. Okay.
But I'm the homophobic one? Okay, make that make any sense. I've never said things like that to you before, ever. You're the one that says that you're not gay, not me. And any time that you have to take accountability, you just hide behind the gay card.
And I do not condone teachers keeping secrets from parents unless it's for the safety of the child.
Teachers are mandated reporters. So if the child is in danger at home, by law, the teacher has to tell someone of higher authority, and then that has to be taken into the hands of like CPS and police and everything. When a child decides that they want to change identity and change their name and change their pronouns and everything about themselves, but they want to keep that from their parents, it is not up to the teacher to keep that from the parents. The parents should know so that they can be supportive. Because parents have a right to know what's going on with their children so they can be there for them. And it's not up to you to decide how they're there for their children. And it's not up to the teacher either. The teacher is there to teach.
I mean, yes, my own personal situation and story actually does state the reasons why. So,
did you just try to make up a lie and then you got lost along the way and then you just kind of gave up? What are you even trying to say? That was word salad.
I mean, come on, Bruda. You can do better than that.
I'm still not following. What?
Stop lying. Stop lying. It's not okay, okay?
I mean, I'm already uncomfortable, but, like, this is progressively getting more and more uncomfortable. Can you, like, man up for once when you're trying to talk to somebody? Why do you act like that? Stop being so weird.
And my personal favorite, he also says he hates kids.
Hey, it's your words, not mine. You're the one that filmed yourself saying that you hate kids and putting it on the internet multiple times. Here's a reminder.
But I don't like kids. I hate kids. I don't even like kids. Well, I mean, don't we all hate kids to a point?
No, Nick, we don't. A lot of us actually really love kids, and we want to protect them. So, sorry you can't relate.
Don't we all love it when somebody takes part of our video, clip snips, and does their thing and be like, oh, he hates kids. But I don't like kids. I hate kids. I don't even like kids. Meanwhile, she doesn't want to share the full story. Yes, I do hate snotty, bratty kids. Doesn't mean I hate kids. But I don't like kids. I hate kids. I don't even like kids. But she'll make you believe whatever she wants, right? She'll take some of my words, not all of my words. That's how she works.
Stop it. Get some help.
Just saying.
I actually told them to bring me back a boy named Nick with blue eyes, and I'll be happy.
Okay. Oh my god.
But I don't like kids. I hate kids. I don't even like kids. He says drag queens are not the problem, ministers are. And yet I'm a minister. Actually, I don't recall ever saying that. What I have said, however, is drag queens are not the problem. Churches can be.
So basically, you did say that. You just admitted it. And I specifically remember you saying to me that if I want to find the real P3DOs, go look at the churches. So I looked up the churches and I found you.
I've actually never gone after the church. You have. You have. That being said, I'm not going to disagree with that. Often churches are the problem.
Yeah, see? Admitting it again by calling me a liar, but admitting it for a second time in this video. Didn't you say that I don't go after the churches and that's why I'm transphobic and that if I actually cared about kids, I'd cover all topics? But I do.
Thank God. Thank God. I have found a church right for me. That isn't a problem.
Don't act like you attend Sunday service. You already admitted to everybody on the live that you only became an appointed minister so that you could marry gay couples. That's it. Oh yeah, and because when you're a minister, the church helps pay for your house.
They're quite loving and accepting in every way, shape, or form.
Well, I would say the same thing if an organization was helping pay my rental fees. If you are going to pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about, here's a refresher from the live you had with Lorelai, where you guys were actually talking about this.
What do I own?
You may have a house, whether it be in the name of the church or whomever. Somebody could go after you. You own vehicles. You have assets. Lisa.
What do I own?
You have vehicles. You, your name is technically, but intechnically on a home. Your name is not on the deed. You do not own that property.
There is no deed.
You do not own that property yourself.
What? Are you kidding me?
You
I
don't.
totally own this property. That's funny.
No, you don't. I ran the address. You do not.
Are you kidding me?
You do not.
Well, who owns the address?
I am not going to put that out there on...
Oh, no, go ahead. You've already doxed my address.
No, I've never doxed...
It's Ontario. You've already done that.
Can we come over for dinner?
You just fucking doxed yourself. I'm going to come over to your 3-4...
No, you already did that, sweetie.
You're gonna fucking
you already have that in a video of yours.
Are you gonna
Nick, you're missing the fucking point.
Red.
No, there is no point to this.
You can't sue Lisa. She has no
Who
assets.
owns my property?
Nick, the same as all these people.
She does have assets,
Nick,
doesn't she?
and you don't own your own home. It is owned by the ministry, and I've ran it, and I'm not going to give out that information because I'm not going to dox anybody like your drunk fucking ass doxes yourself.
And I love my church for that.
Yep, I don't doubt that for a second.
They love me too. And trust me, they've seen every time you tag them, Bruda.
It's super weird because I never tagged your church. I might have made a hashtag, but I didn't actually tag them outright. So that's a lie. You proved to me that I did that. I also never called or emailed your work. Your new friends did that.
Every time.
That's a lie.
It's gonna come back to bite you in the butt.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a couple years now. Still waiting for that.
Just saying.
You're a creeper.
And yes, I did host and chaperone. I didn't host. I chaperoned queer prom at the YMCA this past weekend. And it was a freaking amazing time. Those kids loved me. They screamed for joy when they saw me enter the building.
That's super fucking weird. Do you hear yourself at all? The kids screamed for you because they were so excited to see you. They probably had no idea who the hell you were. What the fuck is a queer prom anyway?
Why? Because you prevented them from seeing their idol. Because you personally made it very clear that you think I am in the wrong.
That's because you are.
You and your family had me charged.
No, Nick. You made up a lie to the police, which led them on an unnecessary investigation, which resulted in an innocent person being arrested and having to go to court twice before his charges were dropped. You got arrested because you lied and got caught.
Thank God those charges didn't stick.
Yes, I agree. Thank God Mike's charges didn't stick, because once the evidence was presented, his charges were immediately dropped. He didn't even need a lawyer. You did, though, after you were picked up on a warrant.
And there is no conditions.
The fact that you can't even recognize that you have legal conditions that you have to abide by for 12 months is a little bit frightening. You have to be a good boy for 12 months, and there's a no contact order in place. You're not allowed to contact Mike.
Hence, the RCMP vulnerable persons check that I had to again do, which I have to do every year anyway. Just saying. Which came back clean as a freaking whistle.
I highly doubt that falsifying a police report is something that's going to prevent you from being able to do things. You're probably looking for like sex crimes and violent crimes and things like that, and drugs and that kind of stuff. And remember, you took a plea. That's why you have conditions.
So next time you want to go on about my conditions and my charges, please learn. Okay?
You know what you should learn? You should learn the legal conditions that you're under for 12 months. I recorded your court hearings for my notes, and an entire group chat watched your sentencing because it was public. You fucked up.
Just thinking. Maybe you should butt out of it when really your name's not even mentioned.
Kind of hard to butt out of things when you keep bringing up my family and you keep on blaming me for you getting charged for lying to the police and getting caught. And not only that, but the only reason that you made that lie up about Mike was to spite me and him. You wanted to punish him for supporting me. And he also sent you screenshots to prove that he knows you're a pervert. And the very next day you made that false report.
Now is it? Oh wait, I'm wrong. Your name was mentioned. You now have a no trespass notice to my restaurant.
What on earth makes you think I ever want to go back to the restaurant that you manage ever again? I haven't been back there since January 4th, 2023 when I found out that you worked there. Remember when you kept coming up to my table even though you weren't my server, but then told everybody that I was stalking you? My friend and I even moved to a different spot to get away from you, and then you made our new area your new favorite area. I literally watched you pretend to hit the buttons on the POS system to make it look like you were busy and that you had a reason to be over there. And then after we left, you called the police on me.
You now have a no trespass notice, period, to my place of employment because of the trouble and the drama that you've caused.
I've only ever verbally been told that I have a trespassing order from you. Never actually physically been given anything. I've never been contacted by the restaurant that you work for. Nothing. Trouble that I caused while you were making videos in your uniform while you were drunk in your work establishment harassing people online, and then I reposted that.
Isn't that right, Lisa? Isn't that right?
I don't know. I'm just gonna have to take your word for it. But your word doesn't really mean much because all you ever do is lie.
Why don't you ask your sister how much that means? Right? Why don't you ask your sister what my charges are?
How many times do we have to go over this? Conflict of interest. Look it up. She can't be involved in anything that has to do with this because I'm tied in somehow. Get it through your head.
Just saying. Since you seem to think that I'm still a criminal.
You are a criminal. You were formally charged with public mischief in, I believe it was March, early April, something like that. You were gonna take it to trial, but then you got smart and you took a plea instead.
Okay, love you. Have a good day. I hope you learned something today. Stop spreading lies. Okay, bye.
You're a fucking weirdo.
And just your daily reminder that love is louder.
You're a bitch. That's what you are. Go fuck yourself.
We are done. Keep going, Bruta.
You are pastier than my ginger ass husband.
She has pretty much a full beard. With her wonky eye. Ugly inside. How dare you make any sort of post about a murdered and missing Indigenous woman, two-spirit, or girl? How dare you? You are not an ally. You never were. Check yourself. Okay, bye. I don't like kids.
I hate kids.
I don't even like kids.